Welcome to another episode of LE Live. Now, the trailer you would have just seen is a little snippet of our television show, which is Luxury Escapes, the World's Best Holidays, on Channel 10 on Saturdays at 6 o'clock. And as you saw there, it's all about the US, and really, who better to talk to you about the US than our resident US expert, Trent. Welcome, and thanks for joining.
Thanks so much for having me, Sonia. Yeah, it's really, really exciting. The US has never been so easy to get to from Australia, and it's really opening up. And I think on the cards in 2019 or 2020, you might even be able to fly direct from Sydney to New York. So it's really opening up as a destination.
Wow. Now, I believe that you're actually flying direct to New York next week to move over there. That's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's really, really exciting. So, I mean, a part of our Luxury Escapes trade shows that we do or road shows that we do is we hear a lot of comments and requests from our members about where to go next and where they'd like to see more and more deals. The overwhelming response seemed to be the Americas. So, yes, so we'll be heading over there. So it's a watch this space, and there's plenty on the cards there, and you've spoken and we've listened.
Fantastic. Now, if you also have got some comments that you'd like to share with us or any questions that you've got about the US, please send them through if you're watching at home or at work, and we'll try and get to them throughout the show. If you've got any tips that you'd like to share about little hidden gems that you found while travelling in the US, please share them through with us, and we'll share them with our members. Now, Trent, if you're travelling to the US, what would you say would be your top pick for city?
It has to be New York. I might be a little bit biased because I am going over there to spend a little bit of time there. But look, I guess California is a fantastic destination because you can really use that as a hub. Most flights leaving Australia do go into LA, but then you've also got direct flights to San Francisco as well. I think California, you've got such diversity as well because you've got the glitz and glam of Hollywood, and you've got the likes of Disneyland with Anaheim. But San Francisco is a fantastic, fantastic city, one of my top cities in the world, and we'll showcase a little bit more in San Francisco in a moment. But you've also got national parks, and you've also got things like the Napa Valley and Sonoma Wine Country, and places
so
like
diverse,
Palm Springs.
Isn't it?
Yeah. And Palm Springs is one of those destinations that all the old Hollywood actresses and actors used to go down there on their breaks away from set. So it's got that really cool vibe about it. So my tip would be to use California as a hub, and then you can go away from there. So you might choose places like Chicago, which is just an amazing city, or something like New Orleans, a little bit different, or maybe travel the south through Texas and things.
Yeah, wonderful. Now, the Americas has always been a popular destination for Australian travellers, and what better place to take your children than to Disneyland, really? And you touched on that earlier. Now, I didn't get to go to Disneyland until I was an adult, but I tell you what, it was so much fun, and I certainly didn't feel like I'd missed out by not being there as a child, because you become a child as soon as you walk through those gates.
Yep.
And now in San Francisco, you mentioned that one of your favourite cities. To me, San Fran's a little bit like Melbourne. Actually, it's a lot like Melbourne. It really reminds me a lot of Melbourne with the food scene and the music scene. Now, you were over there just recently. Are you heading back again now on your trip?
Yeah, of course. I mean, San Fran, as I said, is one of my favourite cities in the States. And look, it's just one of those really eclectic cities that offers so much, and also for the foodies and whinies out there, it offers so much. But I tell you what, you do get a workout walking those hills up and down.
But like that, yeah.
Sonia, I'm curious about you. What would be your favourite city, or what was your favourite thing visiting the US?
Oh, look, I think I'm with you in that I do love New York. I mean, it's, everything that you kind of imagine that growing up as children and watching, shows like Friends or Sex and the City, and everything that you see in these shows actually is reality when you're there. And I think one of my favourite things to do was actually hire a bike and just ride around Central Park, and stopping at all the little points that are sort of synonymous with Central Park, and then going across the road actually to this little cafe. And for anyone who's heading to New York, please go out and see this. It's called Sarah Beth's, and and it's a fabulous little cafe across from Central Park. And when I was there, I actually was sitting a table across from Tony Bennett. So I was a bit starstruck, and I was taking sort of selfies so that I could get him in the background. But such a cool experience.
Yeah.
And, you know, the shopping and the food scene in New York, and of course all of the music scene. So you've got all of the hidden bars and the little jazz bars underground, which I know you're a big fan of
big
jazz.
Fan.
So
Well, speaking about jazz, I mean, let's talk about New Orleans for a moment. I went there last year, and Bourbon Street's just a crazy destination, just full of live music and a lot of fun. People throwing beads from balconies, and everyone's just in really, really good spirits. But one of my favourite moments was in New Orleans was I saw this parade going through the streets, and I was like, what's going on? And these people started going, Trent, why don't come and join us? And it was a carriage of police cars that had blocked off the street, and people had drums and trumpets and saxophones, and I was like, what's going on? So I joined this parade, thought it was the best thing ever, and it turns out that you can purchase a parade. You can actually purchase for a couple of $100 US a parade where you can block off a street, and then the police, you get a little show car going, and then partner that in with some jazz in New Orleans, and going to really where the locals hang out was an absolute standout.
Well, for someone who likes the spotlight, that hire a parade sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just going to throw back to our show for a little moment. Now, what you will see when you tune in this Saturday is some really, really great footage of two destinations. One I'll get to in a moment, but the first one is Jackson Hole. Now, for those ski lovers out there, Jackson Hole is probably one of the best ski destinations in the US, and Shane will be taking you there on Saturday, so please tune in and have a look at that and get sort of your ski juices flowing. But the other destination that's going to be covered in this week's episode on Channel 10 is Las Vegas. Now, Sin City is probably one of the coolest cities in US to travel to. I've been a few times, and I must say what happens in Vegas does stay in Vegas, but Trent, what is one of your highlights of travelling to Vegas?
I can't tell you. It stays in Vegas. No, look, Las Vegas is fantastic. I've been there a few times, and for a few different reasons. But look, the overwhelming factor is that you're just there to have fun. Not to mention, you need to see the shows.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not just about the casinos and gambling. It really has a lot of culture there, and a lot of history as well. So you have to catch a show. I believe our Aussie boys, Human Nature, over there, which I think we showcase on the TV show, so don't want to give too much away for that.
Yeah.
But look, with Las Vegas, it's one of those places where, again, you can fly into California, LA or San Fran. It's only an hour flight from there, and you can spend as little or as long as you want in that town. But keep it a secret when you leave.
And for those who want to do the typical US road trip, one of my favourite things that I suggest to people to try is when you fly into LA, pick up a Mustang, a little Mustang convertible, and drive to Vegas. It's actually a really easy drive. You can put the roof down if you're there during great weather, and you're driving through the valleys and the canyons to get to Las Vegas. And really, there's no better way to sort of enter into the big city of Vegas than in a Mustang. And I must admit, one of the other things I do love about Vegas, and shows and casinos and that kind of thing aside, is the shopping. Some of the best shopping can be found in Vegas. So if you're out there, or even guys, I mean, I know you love to shop, Trent. Vegas outlets are seriously brilliant, and you could do some serious damage on your credit card.
Yeah, exactly. I had a meeting with a tourism body from the US, and they say that Australians stay about 22 nights on average in America, which is quite long. And the number one reason why they come is, of course, to see the cities and the culture and experience things, but it was actually shopping.
Yeah, it really is. And the great thing about travelling to the US too, and the shopping side of things, is that most airlines flying into and out of the US actually allow you 2 bags. So you can check in 23 kilos by 2. So take an empty suitcase over there and then fill it up and come back with it on your way home. Now, I just want to remind everyone watching at home or at work, please send through your comments and your tips. We'll try and get to them throughout the show and share them with all of our other members watching. Now, let's go back to skiing in the US. Now, one of the great deals that we've got online at the moment is Stein Eriksen Lodge in Deer Valley. Now, I must admit, I'm not much of a skier. I think if I can't pack a bikini, then it's not a holiday for me. But Trent, I know that you enjoy a bit of skiing.
Doesn't mean you can't still ski in a bikini, Sonia.
Not sure that everyone would love that. No.
No. It's this is a fantastic offer, and I do like skiing. And for those skiers out there, this resort that we're showcasing is actually a ski only resort. So no snowboarders allowed, unfortunately. But it's what I love about this property. It is a ski in, ski out property. So you can actually, you literally open the doors and you're at the snow. You're ready
wonderful.
to go. I mean, after you do a few runs, the next thing to do is really après ski. That's where the real skiing happens, isn't it? It's at the bar at the bottom of the hill.
It certainly is. A glass of red and a fireplace in the background. Now, I do believe that this Deer Valley is online at the moment. If you're interested in skiing in the US, you'll see the images online at the moment that the resort is absolutely beautiful. It's a 5-star resort. It's actually Forbes' only 5-star hotel and spa in the Ski Valley. Now, it's 7 nights, $6,999 for 2, which is great value. It includes your accommodation. It includes breakfast daily. There's a spa credit voucher as well. Lots of sort of luxury escapes member inclusion. So jump online and have a look and grab your dates before they go. Now, from skiing in the US, we're going to head over back to San Fran. Now, we talked about San Fran before. Fabulous city, very much like Melbourne. We've got the Fairmont online at the moment, which is a great property, 5-star hotel. Tell us a little bit about this deal.
Oh, what a property it is. It really encapsulates the historical, monumental ideal of the US and San Francisco. You mentioned Tony Bennett before. There's a big statue of Tony Bennett out the front.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you walk into this beautiful old building, it was in the early 1900s that it was created, and you get this overwhelming feeling of, wow, you see John F. Kennedy on the wall and pictures of him at the hotel. You see all the presidents of the last 100-odd years. So it's something really, really special. It's a fantastic property. It's located on Nob Hill, which is really, really centrally located, and you can take the trolley down through to Union Square from there too. So just a beautiful property, a lot of history and American history, and you'll see photos of things like Marilyn Monroe there, and it was kind of a getaway for a lot of those Hollywood stars and a lot of sports stars and presidents too. So,
geez, they had a good life, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. It's just a stunning property, and make sure you head to the bar there as well. They do nightly entertainment with dances and things, and there's something special about being in a 1900s old building in San Francisco, having a martini at the bar there. So
it's quite romantic. Now, that's online at the moment. It's 3 nights for $13.99 for 2 people. Like Trent said, it's smack bang in the centre of San Francisco, and really, what better way to sort of start a vacation than rubbing shoulders with the rich and famous, even if it is just on the walls in photographs. It's quite a nice romance.
And you
can
fly direct to San Francisco now from Melbourne as well as Sydney. So,
which is fantastic.
Super easy to get to.
Yeah, so if you want to avoid the queues at LA Customs Airport, choose San Fran as your entry point into the US. And again, you've got all the wineries around there, so the Napa Valley and all of the national parks as well. So, we talk a lot about sort of the shopping and the nightlife and the bars and restaurants of the US, but for those who are outdoor enthusiasts and adventurists, some of the national parks in America are amazing. Hiking, and you've got lodges and cabins that you can stay in. So it's really cool actually just to grab a car, drive around, do a little sort of a few spots where you're stopping overnight and really exploring the national parks.
Oh, those national parks are beautiful, and we're talking about old pine trees that are probably 30, 40 metres high.
Yeah.
And you go from national parks to waterfalls to wine country. Then you've got Nevada across the road, head to Vegas, and then you've also got things like Death Valley. And it's certainly when I mentioned the hub of California before, it's certainly something that you can fly straight into and experience so much, and then start your journey from there. You've got the whole East Coast to be thinking about. Yeah,
it's a great introduction. Now we're going to throw to a short clip for you from our LE TV show. We'll be back in a sec.
And today, I'm making a botanical twist on a classic.
Mahone Gin, this is a Spanish gin. I know you had bartending skills.
I did, back in the day, but don't jinx me.
So next we're gonna add some botanicals.
Okay.
So right here, we have some fennel, some sage leaves, and some bay leaves. And we're gonna put that right in the glass.
Okay, bay leaves, a couple of those.
Yes, sir.
What's next? Fennel?
Yes, sir. Fennel fond.
Okay. potatoes, and then
And now we're gonna add a little bit of grapefruit. And now all we need to do is top it off with tonic. You can pour that right over top. One thing they do in Spain
yes,
is they'll pour it down the bar spoon as to not pop the bubbles.
that's interesting, isn't it?
There you go.
That there?
Yep.
Look at that. Voila.
Now, hopefully that little snippet whet your appetite to tune in on Saturday, Channel 10 at 6 p.m. to watch our TV show, Luxury Escapes, the world's best holidays. Now, you can watch and win. So we have a incredible prize to give away to one lucky viewer. It's a 5-night over-water, all-inclusive package in the beautiful property of Shangri-La in the Maldives. I mean, how incredible is that? All you need to do is watch, and then there's a little link that you'll see here on our Facebook page. Just click on there and all of the instructions and how to enter will be on there for you. Excuse me, getting a little bit...
The Maldives, yeah.
The Maldives has got me all excited. Now, Trent, have you got any last tips for our viewers today?
Yeah, I mean, you know what I love doing this Facebook Live is because people can comment and send their tips and send some of their trips, and really we get to engage with that with our members. And if you have any ideas of where you'd like to see a Luxury Escapes, or maybe you've been to a destination we've never featured a Luxury Escapes, please comment in the comment sections. We do read through them, and we are always looking for little tips and tricks from around the world to bring it to our members.
And also, if there's anywhere that you'd like to travel that you've perhaps seen on our website in the past and haven't seen for a while, or that you've just read a great article or a story about and you'd like us to feature on Luxury Escapes, please, again, pop that in the comments and we'll get to them. And we do listen to our members. We do like to hear your ideas of what you'd like to see coming up. And, I mean, testament to that is Trent moving all the way over to New York to please our members. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And another thing we like as well is send your photos on our Facebook too. It's always great to see one of our Luxury Escapes members away on a Luxury Escape. So.
We do. We love seeing all your photos while you're travelling. It makes us feel like we're away with you and not sitting behind a desk here in cold Melbourne. But thank you again for joining us. We love coming out to you each week and sharing all of these holiday experiences and packages with you. Be sure to tune in to our show on Saturday night, Channel 10 at 6 p.m. There's lots of great stories and ideas that you can take away and hopefully inspire you to travel soon with us. Trent, thanks for coming on board.
Thanks so much for having me.
Good luck with your move to the US. We're really going to miss you in our office and can't wait to hear all about your successes over there.
Yeah, great. Let's watch the space on luxuryescapes.com then.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Lovely to have you on with us.
Thanks,
we'll see you
guys.
next time. Bye.